6 here. Can you believe it or not? This has been going on forever. This LSA installation. I'm out here today. My goal is on this video is to have this thing started by the end of this video. So hopefully we can live up to that goal. We've got a lot of little bitty stuff to do. I got a list going over here. I got some hose clamps and some small 5/16 hose to run through my steam vents and from this down and stuff. So let's go ahead and start getting into this and getting some things buttoned up. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the 2-step to the back of my air box here. I've decided I think I'm going to do that with pop rivets. I've got some other screws that are self-tapping, but they would kind of come inside here and I don't want to see them, and I can do pop rivets and they're very intrusive, minimally intrusive. So I'm going to attempt to do that. So if you want to watch that and start watching button up things here, just stay tuned. So I've got some 8-inch pop rivets. I'm going to bring this thing up here. That way if I need to make adjustments, it's still in the open. Hold it, I'm flushing it against the bottom of this. Because if I do that, I know it's going to be straight. Choose one of these. All right. Ripper, pull the trigger, and there it is. Another hole drilled. Same thing. Got a relay that's going to have to be mounted after I hit everything with the ground. I think I'm going to mount it right here too, right next to it. There we go, electronics mounted. Neatening up things a little bit there. Alright, there we go. It's grounded. Some zip ties. Come over here and tidy some things up. Trim this hose here. I'll get it about where it's going to go. Get those little bigger zip ties for them. Now I gotta start thinking about where I want to mount this at. I could technically mount it right there, but that's too close to everything. Because it needs, I didn't get much room for the hose to go anywhere. Okay, so after another trip to town to pick up some more pieces and supplies, I got the other little bolt too that goes in the fuel rail. I had it, some of them in the house from another project. It's going to match all the others. I found out that this check valve on the driver's side over here is for my MPP exhaust. So it won't come up here and reach this vacuum line. So we're going to make it. I went and got some more hose to make it longer. I'll plug it back in back here. it on there. I think we may put a couple zip ties. One of them is actually going to go around the base of it to help keep them slipping off, because it's not super tight down here. There we go. And the other one to help hold it down against this hose here. That way it looks cleaner. Our other line that I picked up is going to go to our steam port. So we need to come under here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put a hose clamp down here to the spring activated one. I don't like those bottom hoses hitting this fuel line yet. It's got a point there. Just took a piece of hose and cut it. Slide it up over like that. I'll take a couple of zip ties and put around it. I'm gonna have to keep it from wearing a placing the hose there. We already put coolant in it though. Try it. Turn the pump on. I just got this stuck on there that will help it won't pour out everywhere. Temporary. These right here are pretty slick. I saved the antifreeze out of it. And I got over here in a clean bucket with a lid on it. We live up here in the middle of the northern states, so we gotta use antifreeze. More south, you lose water. Especially if you're at the track. You don't want to antifreeze down the track. This is pre-mixed 50-50 that I'm adding to that and that. Got a 12 volt battery on my lap here to run the pump. Because I don't have a battery in the car right now. This is just going to be the Supercharger pump. Boy, it sucked her dry fast. I don't know how much this system holds. I do not own vice grips. My experience is I always end up stripping stuff out. But I do have these, and they are serving their purpose. I'm just letting it run to get all the air, make sure it's all coming out of down here. Well, that took a whole gallon. I'm sure we don't have any gross leaks. I did lose a little bit, but I spilled a little bit there. Yeah, I know. Believe it or not, I did. That air pour got me. And this hose was leaking a little bit, where I just kind of shoved it on there. But everything here seems to be working. It's flowing pretty good. This thing's supposed to flow, I think it was 21 liters a minute. So that's quite a bit of juices flowing. It's got more air coming out because it's went down a little bit. And this, I said I lost some when I done the thermostat. So when we run it, we'll have to grab some more. Oh, and I'm kind of excited too. I got this other piece. So now I can mount my, it's a spacer. So I can come off that bolt hole in the block there, or in the head. And hopefully mount my catch can. So we gotta find a bolt to fix that. That's probably not the smartest with the electrical connection I have up here. Alright, I didn't blow up. Good. I'll live another day. Alright, so this is Sunday. I just released part 5 today. Right here starting on 6. Hopefully get this thing running like soon. I gotta pick up a couple more things tomorrow on the way home from work. And get I need to get a long enough bolt to put my catch can. It's gonna sit like short these hoses or something, but it's gonna sit about right here. We're just gonna figure it out. All right, I ended up getting too long of a bolt, so I didn't get this mounted up exactly like I wanted it. It'll tighten up more once I get it, and that's where it's gonna sit at. But I did run off this valve cover and off the valley pan, teed them in to the input side of my oil separator, output side to the throttle body. Still got this one little red blocked off. I think this is going to end up being boost. Got the belt on, got that connection right there put back on. Chaz is over here, he helped me put the battery in. We've got preliminary full of fluids. I do have a charger put on trickle because we're getting ready to flash a tune to it. And we're going to see if we can start this thing. Chase is getting excited over here. You ready to see it go?
Oh, yeah.
He's wanting to go beach spin this weekend, but it ain't going to make it. This is Tuesday. So, let me go in the house, get the laptop. We're going to flash a tune to it. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're in here. I'm going to see if we can't flash the tune to this thing. I went ahead and built a tune that's got the offsets for the injectors and the mass airflow, or MAP sensor in it.
Should wipe the lights gonna stay on. You move them up the top.
Yeah, there'll be some. I forgot about them.
You don't need them anyway.
No. Weight savings. I took my wiper blades off when I done that cowl up there, and I forgot about them. They're sitting on top. That's what he was asking about. Alright, completed. Close. Alright. Chase, if you'll do me a favor, if you'll get out there and video the front of it and be watching to see if there's any catastrophic failures to tell me to kill it, will be good. Alright guys, so we got her started. We've been out here, it's been running like a half hour. We've made sure that the cooling system was burped. That tool that I use that puts up here to put the coolant in works real good. When you get ready to take it off, just squeeze your radiator hose, put the plug in it, let go of the radiator hose, that way you don't have excess overflowing. It lets it suck the excess back down in there and you don't make a mess. So made it run. I hooked up a quick boost gauge just to be watching stuff. I mean, we wasn't like ribbing it to make boost or anything, but I don't want to run a boost gauge in the car, but I want one during testing purposes and all that. So I'll probably mount it somewhere, tape it to a windshield wiper or whatever that I haven't put back on yet, so I can see it when we're going down the road, do the tuning. Couple things about the initial startup. I know I got my injector scaling right. Pretty certain on that because it started right up, it idled good, everything. And my map sensor, it's working correctly, so I got it scaled right in the tune. And I'm not going to go into how to tune the vehicle and all that stuff. There's a million other channels out there doing that, and it's kind of hard anyway. So I'm going to do a MAF only tune, mass airflow only. Get this thing going. Verify that I'm not making too much power, where I'm eating up all my fuel. This has the Z01 pump in it, so it's putting out more fuel than what a normal SS would put out, because it is a 1LE, different pumps. So I'm hoping to be in that 630, 650 range with the stock fully and what I have here. So I think I'm going to be real close to that. Stock Z01 makes 9 pounds of boost. I probably not going to make as much because I got a stage 4 natural aspirated cam. It's going to have, because of the scavenging effect of the cam, it's going to lose a little bit of boost. So, you know, it is what it is at that point. We decide to go more later on. We may change cams or whatnot. We got some more buttoning up to do. I do have the finalization of my catch can. It's just sitting here, kind of out in space. Anything else? Like I said, we got everything burped. Everything it's idling good. Got a temperature, made sure thermostat open, let it open flow for a while. Fans come on. Batteries in it. I got a few little things I got left to do inside, taking the nitrous out, the switches and stuff that's inside my console, which I'm not going to show you that because, you know, that's kind of you won't use it. You know, in other words, you won't use it. So, real exciting day. This was just a Tuesday. You know, I had a list of things I needed to get. Took 2 hours off work early. Come home. It was nice out when I got here. Now it's raining. But let's see where we'll get this thing down. I'm probably going to leave all this stuff off to do the drive and stuff. This rain is really what I was waiting for, I was hoping for. We're going to do go out and do some MAF only tuning, so I need to be able to get on it and stuff. I didn't want that salt on the road. First of all, salt, making power is slick. Second of all, I don't want salt underneath my car. I don't drive it in bad weather typically. I don't drive it unless I have to. I mean, it's only been out in the rain like 2, maybe 3 times since I've owned it. Of course, I've only put like 11,000 miles on it in 3 or 4 years that I've owned it. Alright guys, so kind of wrapped up here. Got it all together. Little bitty cleaning up things I got left to do. I went ahead and done this. I put the nose cone on there and all this stuff because you see me take it apart. You can just, it's reverse order. So I didn't film all that. I still got to torque the front wheels. I just got them barely run up on there. I take my impact, put it on its lowest setting and do a star pattern, and then I go back to my torque wrench. So I got to do that. I've got a boost gauge up here in the windshield, zip tied to my windshield wiper. That way I can watch it while I'm doing my tuning. I'm going to do a MAF only tune, see how it does. But let's get in here and I'll show you how I finish this up. I'll show you how I wired in the pump for the coolant for the LSA and all that. So come on over. So I brought the wires up for the pump and the ground. I pulled this up and I put a bolt in right there and ground it straight to the chassis here. This just clips on and out, so it's real easy. As far as wiring this thing, I was going to do a relay and everything because I thought it'd be a lot more amps. Got looking at the fuse it comes with. It comes with a 3 amp fuse. I thought, well, I had one of these little doohickeys here that allows you to go right into a fuse. So there was a 10 amp fuse in this position right here. And this is the trigger for the cooling fans. So 10 amp to 13 amp, that wire wouldn't have no problem holding that. So I just plug that in there. And now when the key comes on, my pump comes on. And I just kind of route these wires that way if they catch on fire to burn the whole thing down. But no, not really. I just got them in here kind of the best. I don't like that. I might come back and do a little something with that. It's pinching a little bit, so I have to trim a little piece right here on this. But I got the boost gauge hooked up down there. Got it tied up there. It's just a manual one. Got the belt routing. This seems to be where the belt wants to be. All the way back on this, because it's 8 rib with a 6 rib belt, and in the middle on this one. We'll keep an eye on that and monitor that. For the time being, I've got the overflow, I guess you'd call this, just stuck down in the coolant reservoir tank. That way if he comes out, it goes in here. Eventually I want to put a longer hose and get it and drill a hole up here. That way it can suck antifreeze back too if it needs to. So, I mean, we've got a lot going on here. We need to get out and do some tuning and driving it. That's next. Good morning, YouTubers. Driving the car to work this morning. I drive 68 miles one way to work. I know it's a long way, but we done a lot of tuning on the car. Got it doing really good. I mean, really good. It's my drivability down low is probably better than it was ever. Didn't get any videos of doing it. Chase come over and help me, and just between me and him doing this and back and forth and everything, it's just hard to video and to make anything that's legible, I guess you'd say. But the car is doing good. I'm getting right now, I've driven so far, I have made sure I'm not going into PE or power enrichment mode. 24.2 miles per gallon. You know, I was running out of fuel pump there a little bit. I broke into the FPCM fuel pump control module, or FSCM fuel system control module, and I turned the pressures up. I made them 500 kilopascals to request. So that means it's going to request like 72.5 psi. But on the upper end, when she's really in boost and high RPM, the fuel pressure drops to about 54 pounds of pressure. I've got big enough injectors, the pulse width just increases a little bit on it to make up for it. So as long as we're not in the 30s like it originally was. Originally it was like in the 30s. But anyway, I'll probably have another video after this one that's going to have everything entailed from start to stop, everything what I think about the whole experience, you know, what I think about Boost District, what I think about everything. So that'll be the final video for this series. This one is the final install video and everything. So if you follow this, I appreciate it. You know, all that good stuff. I did do a little burnout. It don't look like much of a burnout because it didn't make much smoke. These tires don't, you really got to get them rolling over to make smoke. But you see it at the intro of the video, and I'll put it here at the outro of the video too. So, but thanks again for watching.